What's up, everybody? This is ShoeBio. This is Benny Steinhorn, not ShoeBio, but this is Benny Steinhorn, and this is the ShoeBio podcast. Welcome to episode 3. Thank you for listening. I apologize, first off, for not uploading the video podcast on time. I messed everything up. It was my fault, not anybody else's, not my cameraman's, not anybody's. I was being stupid. I accidentally uploaded the video, didn't realize that I had uploaded it because for some reason it was invisible and I couldn't see it because I probably put it on private or something like that. And so I tried to I kept uploading the same video and it would say, oh, you can't upload it because there's already a duplicate. This is a duplicate. You've already uploaded it. And then I realized that the original one I had uploaded, and so I just didn't see it. So that's why it came out a day later. But I hope you guys listened to it, and I'm glad you guys have given me some feedback, liked it, subscribed. I really appreciate it. Yep, I'm picking my nose, and that's okay. So, today's agenda. First, we're going to talk about what I did this weekend, which was going to New Orleans, and it was a pretty fucking cool experience. So we're going to tell you how ShoeBio did in the competition and what we did there. Number 2, we're going to talk about the future of ShoeBio. So every episode, we're going to have some cool little new features or updates because things are always happening, and we're going to talk about them. And the third one is I'm going to talk about some things around the industry again like I did last time. This time, a little bit more structured because last time was a shit show, and that was my fault. So, without further ado, let's get started. Let's get social. Now, the first thing that happened is I went to New Orleans with my business partner for the Inno conference. Picture will be above. And the subset of it is called Startup of the Year. And basically what it is a bunch of companies that go and pitch in these little meeting areas with judges, and then whoever gets to the top 5 goes and pitches in front of everyone, and then whoever wins something, and then goes to another pitch competition. So we didn't win, and that was because we're usually the youngest team in these competitions, which is okay, but there is a bit of ageism. I have to admit, there's a little bit of ageism, I feel, because even though we don't really say that we're from college, we had our backpacks there, which had the Beaver logo on it, and some people know that we're in college, and we look really young. So, especially when I shave, and as soon as I shave, I look like a 14-year-old. So, it was a little bit of that, I think, and also a lot of the companies that win have companies that have businesses that have to do with social change or economic change, or the one that won was a throat lozenge that helps sores for cancer patients. So, that's the kind of caliber of companies that were winning, and we're okay with that because we made some great connections. Well, what we did do is while we walked around New Orleans, and more specifically in the French Quarter where, Bourbon Street, all of the delicious food. Hey, everywhere else in the country, step your game up. New Orleans has the best food I've ever tasted. I can't even describe how good it is. You just have to go there, but everybody else in the country, step your shit up. Except for maybe Philadelphia, because Philly cheesesteaks are pretty great. So we were there and we pitched, but when we were in New Orleans, we went to a bunch of different sneaker boutiques and talked to them about the idea of ShoeBio. The first place we went was to somewhere that people probably know about. It's called Sneaker Politics. There's the logo. And they've been around for quite a while. I actually really like their website. I think their website is really cool because the pictures that they use for the actual item that they're selling are very creative, and they take a lot of time to do that. And I think it adds to the value of the website, which is pretty cool. Now, I wanted to talk to the guys that were there working. Obviously, they weren't the owners, but we went and talked to them about what we're doing and who we are, and they all really liked the idea. And we gave them their card, and they were gonna talk to the owners and get back to us. So we're really excited about that because this is the first time that ShoeBio has been able to actually go out in force and talk to some of these people and actually like get some reactions and feedback from actual boutique owners and stores. And the second place we went, so shout out to Sneaker Politics. The second place we went is a place called Live. I have never seen a store like this, but it was so cool. Essentially, it's just all high fashion designers. So you had everything from like Versace and 2 Chainz' shoe to Off-White to Palm Angels to Bally's, Balenciaga, Comme des Garçons, MCM, Giuseppe. All those crazy brands with super high retail prices, they were all in the store, and the store looked gorgeous. Shout out to Live in New Orleans on online. It's livenola.com. Go check out their website. They're super cool. So we talked to the owners. We didn't talk to the owner. We talked to the owner's right-hand man. This guy, shout out to him. He was super cool. He talked to us. We kind of showed him the demonstration of the website, what it does, who we are, where we came from. We gave him his card. He thought it was a great idea, and he actually asked, he said, would we be able to be on your platform? We said, absolutely. He said, so I'll definitely run this across the desk of the owner. The owner is in overseas or something, so he'll get back to us soon. So that's another update on actual boutiques doing some stuff with us. The third thing is we met the former vice president of future products at Adidas, who started his own startup, which was at this conference. And he gave us a lot of good information, and he knew about our website, which is pretty cool because he knew about it before we even got there, which surprised the hell out of me in the best of ways. We talked to him about what we did and who we are, and he told us that he knows some people he would run this idea by because obviously he's in sneakers and we're in sneakers, and it was really cool to see. So when we talked to him, one of the things he said was people love coffee. And at first I thought, well, no shit. Everyone loves coffee. And 2, why did he bring that up? That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But then I realized he was talking about sneakers and coffee because people love both. And increasingly, sneakerheads are people that love to drink coffee. I love coffee. I love going to coffee shops. I love making it every single day. And when I was a kid, my parents were like, I can't really talk to you, or I can't really be your parents before coffee. Obviously, they're still my parents, but they would be addicted to it. And I was like, thank God I'm not that person. Now I'm that person. I need coffee every single day to function, to be a normal human being. So he told us that sneakerheads love coffee. And so this is the first world premiere announcement. ShoeBio is going to try to get a collaboration going with Stumptown Coffee or another one of the coffee roasters in Portland, or possibly Dutch Bros. Because Dutch Bros, if you don't know what that is, if you're not from the Northwest, Dutch Bros is like Starbucks, but more focused on millennials. They have really sugary, fucking crazy drinks. They have these things called Rebels, which are basically colored rock stars. Gross. Everybody's like, oh my God, I want a new rock star. Oh my God, they had a new flavor. Oh my God, I'm going to order the vampire flavor. No, don't name a drink the vampire. And also, it's a rock star. Get something cooler. So stay tuned for that because we may be doing... Also, we're going to put the logos of both of them so you guys can look it up or even look at it. My cameraman's on point today, so shout out to him. But... So we're thinking about doing that, and I'd love to hear your guys' feedback on a possible collaboration. What you guys think? I love this seating arrangement right here. Just really nice. We're just chilling. We're just chilling. So that's something else that we're gonna do. We went down Bourbon Street, and let me tell you about Bourbon Street. It's like if Vegas was cultured and had actual culture. It's chaotic. There's so much shit going on at one time everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's either live music being played, it's a club where there's really loud music being played. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. and it's overwhelming. The first night we got there, we walked right onto Bourbon Street. I didn't even know what the fuck's going on. I had no idea what was happening. But it was cool because I think it's something that everyone should experience to go to New Orleans, whether it be for business or pleasure or whatever. Go get beignets, which are delicious little doughy, yummy, doughy balls with powdered sugar, and they're delicious. Or go to Cafe Du Monde and get that. Or go literally anywhere and get crawfish. It's absolutely incredible. You take the crawfish, you take the tail and the head, you twist it, and then you eat the meat in the tail. Then you open up the head and you eat the middle part. And while a lot of vegetarians probably think it's gross, everybody that likes seafood, you're going to love this. So that's basically what happened in New Orleans. It was really a good time. We met a lot of people. We talked to a lot of people. We got a lot of people's cards and connections, which was great. So stay tuned for more updates along those lines. So New Orleans was cool. The website is getting better every single day. And guess what? ShoeBio is no longer a pre-revenue company. We're actually making money now. And by money, I mean 24 cents worth. But it's better than nothing. So now what we figured out was that money is coming from clicks and not actually purchases, which means that we're actually making money off of clicks, which we did not think about before. So your boy about to be rolling in it. So obviously it's all going back into the company. Duh. So that's pretty cool, and we think that's a great opportunity. But the website's getting better. Everything's looking better. We're adding more websites as we speak. And in the next week, we're going to come to a conclusion on the actual release date so that some of you people that have signed up for the newsletter will be able to see it. Now, if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, go to ShoeBio.com. Go sign up for the newsletter so that you can also get this beta, because only the people on this newsletter are going to be able to get this when it first releases. We're going to be accompanying it with a survey so you guys can tell us what you like, what you don't like, and anything you'd want to improve so that we can do it and make you guys the happiest consumers ever. And we're also working on a couple more marketing things that we're going to be doing in the next few weeks. I will be in Italy for a week starting tomorrow, so when these videos go up, I will be in Italy. Yes, I know you hate me. It's jealousy, but as Drake said, jealousy is just love and hate at the same time. So there it is. So other things going on with ShoeBio, we are continuing to talk to investors and other people. We actually met one of our advisors down in New Orleans. Shout out to RJ for showing us a good time. We went down there and talked to him, and he met a couple of people that could be able to help us, which we're super excited about. So very optimistic. It's beautiful out right now. It's beautiful out. It feels like summer. I'm about to start blasting that song by Childish Gambino, but we still got work to do. So I'm still holed up inside working. Now, as summer is coming along, there's going to be a lot of releases. So let's talk about the worst one I think I've ever seen in my entire life. As of, I believe, yesterday or 2 days ago. No, yesterday. Yesterday, I saw the first official images of the Supreme Jordan 14 collabs that will, I'm guessing, going to be coming out in the next few weeks. Out of all the artists, collaborators, people that Supreme and Nike have access to or could have access to, and the amount of money that they could put into any one of these collabs, and they bring out this bullshit. What did I say last time? What did I say in the last podcast? If you listen to it, we'll show you a little preview. I don't want so many Jordan 1s. I don't want Jordan 1 lows. I don't want you to keep repeating stupid colorways that are going to sit on shelves for months. I talked about how Nike needs to step their shit up with their collaborations. And you know what they did? They put the bar They sunk it lower. They sunk it. They sunk it. Jordan, what are you doing? Why do you think it's acceptable that when Supreme collabs with companies or with people like last week or a couple weeks ago, they paired with a French artist. I don't remember his name. Jean-Paul Gaultier or something. There's my laundry. So they have all these incredible resources and could literally collaborate with anybody, and they decide to go with just a black and white colorway, I think with black and white with like red accents. And you know what? I'm looking it up because here it is. It's got the red Supreme. They've got a red Supreme Jordan Jumpman hang tag like they did with the original Supreme 5s. On the top, it says Supreme on the top of the tongue. It's all white with black accents, and the entire side and back has just studs. There's nothing. These are actually coming out fall winter 2019. Excuse me, but I mean, come on. They've just got studs on them. Jordan did not become the grungy kid in high school. This is a worldwide multi-billion-dollar brand, and you're just gonna do that to a. And we're back. Sorry about that. As I was saying, Supreme, you fucked it up. You fucked it up. I have never been more disappointed in a release of a shoe. This Jordan 14 collaboration has been teased for months and months and months, and I was actually kind of excited because I was like, well, what are they going to do with a Jordan? I haven't seen a Jordan since the Jordan 5 collabs, and I thought those were pretty cool. And they shit the bed. I'm sorry, but they shit the bed. They should be ashamed of themselves for this one. So those are my thoughts on the Jordan 14. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about, which I am excited for, well, two things, two things that are good and one thing that is bad. The first thing that is bad is that I'm not going to be around when the breads drop on Saturday because I'll be in the air. The second thing is the breads are dropping, and I'm kind of excited because I'm curious to see the material that they use. Like I said last time in the last episode, I want to see the material be on point. Now, I've heard from friends and people that have gotten them early. The quality actually is pretty on point. And I'm excited to see them actually do this. See, this is what I was talking about. Nike hyped up this release. They had a really, really good marketing campaign behind it. On Sneakers app, there was something, I've never seen this done before, and Nike did a really good job of this. They had this, on the Sneakers app, you could scroll to the bottom, like when you click on the breads, it'll tell you all that information about the breads, yada, yada, yada. You scroll down to the bottom, and on the very last one, there's a Jordan 4 with no tab, with a tab on the back that's blank. And you're supposed to swipe on the screen and unlock the shoe to purchase by figuring out that you had to swipe it and uncover the Nike Air symbol on the back. That's cool. I did it, was too late, obviously, but I think that's a really dope idea. And that's the kind of things that I like to see. Make it discoverable. Make Nike like Pokemon Go. That's why they were so successful, is because they made things cooler and interactive, and that's what you guys should be doing. So the breads are coming out. I don't remember the last time they came out. I don't think I was a sneakerhead the last time they released. I don't even know if I was alive the last time. No. I think I was alive the last time. Let's see what it says here. The last time was in 2012, so I didn't remember them dropping the last time. But then the time before that was 1999, and I was 1. So no, I didn't remember that. But I'm glad that they're re-releasing them. The 4s are one of my favorite Jordans. The bread colorway is one of my favorite colorways. I like 4s more than 3s to the dismay of many people. But I think they're going to do really good things with that. And I'm actually kind of excited. So if anybody has any comments about the material or what they think of it, what they think of the release in general, let me know. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the Trophy Room Air Jordan 5s. I just saw these, actually. Boop. And they are gorgeous. So Trophy Room essentially is a store, boutique store run by things are happening. Run by Michael Jordan's son. So Michael Jordan's son has a store called Trophy Room, and obviously they're going to do collabs because it's literally the Jordan. So what we did is what we got is 2 gorgeous pairs of shoes. The picture is going to be up here for a little while so you can see them. The one on the left is this suede look. I'm getting Raging Bull vibes. I put this out on Twitter. I'm not sure if you saw this, but I put it out on Twitter. I'm getting Raging Bull vibes, and I love that because the Raging Bull pack is one of my favorite packs of all time, and the Raging Bull 5s are one of my favorite Jordans of all time. I think they're gorgeous, and I really like this tealish light baby blue that they're putting in the little mesh area. I think that looks really good in the Raging Bull in the Raging Bull, the red patent leather, or not patent leather, the Raging or the suede red ones. There's only going to be 7,000 pairs released of the ice blue colorway. The red colorway is friends and family, and there's only 223 of those in the world. So not getting either of those most likely. But I think it's a really good opportunity. I know the last time that Trophy Room did something, they did, I think, well, the first thing they did was they did a Jordan, 22 or Jordan, let's look this up. Jordan Trophy Room. Let's see what they have here. Yeah, so the original one was the 23. So they did a 23 that was all black with gold accents with some signatures on the toe box. They looked really cool, but I think that it kind of missed the mark a little bit just because they did a 23. And I get it was 23 because Jordan's 23, and it just didn't work that well. Obviously, resale Stadium Goods is going to fuck people over with $450 for a pair of shoes, and that's okay, but it's not for me. Now, they also, I think, did a one of one or two of two, or one of two gray series or golds. They did a 17, and then they did a 1. Oh, that's right. There was a teal one that I was thinking of, but that was a 23 that Soulfly did down in Miami, which I think was also gorgeous. But I'm actually really excited to see these come out and see what people think, see what the material looks like, what all that yummy stuff looks like. So yeah, I'm super excited to see those. Now, one thing I am kind of upset about is that there's not as many of them. I would have liked to see a little bit more of a widespread release for these, for the red ones, because I think the red ones are great. And I know a lot of other people I know love the Raging Bulls, but it is what it is. And we can't really change that. So we're in a pickle now. Because now, well, saying now too much. I have a tumor. So the Travis Scott ones are coming out on an official date of May 11th, I want to say. May 11th, right? Yep, May 11th. So the official release date has now been chosen. It's May 11th. I know these have been pushed back plenty of times. Some people got lucky on the Grammys. My friend got lucky on the Grammys. You'll see that on the Instagram, on ShoeBio's Instagram, which is right here. And I'm excited to see them release, but I mean, sneakers is going to fuck us up again, I think. I know I'll probably take an L. I'll see if I can even get them, but I think I'm gonna take an L. So the surprise drop after the Grammys, and then a month and a half later, they said they'd be releasing on May 3rd, and now they're releasing on May 11th. I don't know why they have to push it back another week. Doesn't really make sense. But there is a problem I'm seeing here, and that this is the thing I talked about last time where people are doing too many ones. Now, this is a very special exception of the ones because it's Travis Scott, but I did see that he did a low pair too. He did a Jordan 6. And I think those are cool because they got a little like pouch in the left thing. The Travis Scott Jordan 6s have a little pouch. Put some weed in there. You can put anything in there. It's pretty funny, and actually I think it's great. Like, that's the kind of creativity I like. And he also made a sweatsuit that he's wearing in the picture. I think it's on Travis Scott's Instagram. It may be on someone else's Instagram, but it's him in a tracksuit that has the Jordan logo on one side and then the Travis Scott little cross logo, which I think is super cool. And it's like velour, which I love. So that's going to be really cool. But again, with the limited, so limited. Sneakers is just, it's so hard to deal with. Sneakers and how difficult it is to buy a pair of shoes on there. And I've taken L's the last like 6 times I've done this, but I got lucky a couple times and then my luck ran out almost immediately. I got the the off-white UNC Air Force Ones, the off-white Prestos in white, and the Travis Scott 4s. So I did get the Travis Scott 4s, and the quality was delicious. But wasn't able to get the Travis Scott 1s when they dropped at the Grammys because I didn't think that was possible. Wow. It looks here like there's quite a lot of stores that are getting them, but even so, I think that it's just... they're all going to sell out, and we know this, but it just seems to be too limited, just a little bit too limited. Something else that I thought about that I don't know if anybody's talked about is the new Fear of God Nike collaboration. They did the original gray ones, and I thought they were really cool. Then they did the moccasins, which flopped. But the original OG, the Fear God OG gray ones, the tall ones, they're doing other colors like orange and Volt yellow, and I think a couple of other really cool designs. They're not designs, but colorways. And I like that Nike and Jordan and Fear of God and Off-White, they're starting to branch out into very vibrant colors. I love vibrancy. When I was a kid, when I was in high school, I was the kid that would just wear all the Nike and Adidas stuff and not give a shit about how I looked or how I matched at all. And I looked like a clown. And my nickname was Rainbow. And that was okay, though, because I knew that the trend would come back. So I know that Jordan is releasing the Air Jordan 4 Flyknits in 4 different colorways. I think it's red, blue, Volt, and orange, which I think is really cool, and they actually look amazing. And then the Fear of God's doing the Volts and the oranges, the same color as like kind of the same like ShoeBio orange, like this orange right here, and then Off-White's doing the Air Force Ones, the bright blue ones. They did a bunch of pinks. They did the Volts, which people are loving right now, which I do actually love, but I'm not quite sure how I feel about the whole thing. I don't really know how I feel about the hype around that. I mean, it is an Air Force One, but I don't really get it. Besides the Volt color, which is great. I love the Volt. But I think in the sneaker industry right now, there's a push towards vibrancy, which I think is really innovative, and I think it's going to help a lot of consumers and a lot of companies kind of start doing their own thing like that, being a little bit more creative, a little bit more out there, out of the box, essentially. A great example of this kind of stuff is when video games break the fourth wall and make fun of real life things, like when developers or the directors of these game studios will make a direct reference to a pop culture subject or something in the media in real life that they actually put in the game. And I think this is really cool because this actually relates to whoever's playing this game. And I think they need to do the same thing with the sneakers and how the market is changing and saturating very quickly. This comes from fuckboy hype beasts to people that buy bots to sneakers apps sucking to all of these different things. I think that Nike and these big corporations don't want to admit that there is a flaw in their system. There's a lot of flaws in their system. And I think that what would help them is to kind of make fun of yourself, roast yourself a little bit. I think that if Nike becomes self-aware to like the fact where we know people are selling these in bulk and we know people are cutting corners and we know there are backdoor deals being made, just like with the Soulfly ones, the Art Basel Soulfly ones that go for like $20,000 or something ridiculous, probably a little bit cheaper than that, but still. I think if they became a little bit more self-aware of what was going on in the industry, they would be a lot more popular because they're realizing that like, oh, hey, Nike actually knows why shit is going wrong and they're trying to make light of it, which I think sneakerheads are going to appreciate because they do that in video games, they do that in movies, they do that in a lot of other sectors, but not necessarily sneakers. I know Supreme kind of did that with like the... It was like a fuck the government. I think there's like a fuck the government sticker or something like that. It was from a couple years ago in one of the seasons, but it was kind of just talking about, you know, conforming and, you know, froth, you know, society and shit like that. Even though they are a corporation and a very successful one at that, so I don't know why they're upset about it. But obviously it was started by skaters, and skaters tend to be grungy, so you know how it goes. But I think that if they become a little bit more self-aware of who they are and why they're in that market, like, I think that would be really cool. And they're also taking it. They're not really like Adidas is also doing a really good job because they did the parlays. They instead of going towards like focusing on how bad their releases were, because their releases weren't terrible besides like the Yeezy releases, but if Nike were to not put as much energy towards exploiting that sneakers crap every single time and releasing less things on sneakers or releasing more things on a different service or something that actually works, like how Adidas kind of slowed down with all of those timed releases. Like I believe the last thing I tried to get on Adidas.com when they dropped was the Bape Ultra Boosts, which I obviously didn't get, but are one of my grails and I would love to see them. I think that if Nike moved and pushed towards something that would capture users' attention or consumers' attention, like how Adidas did the parlay thing where they're doing recyclable material, trying to save the oceans. They just did one which is an 100% recyclable sneaker. And it's not called the Future Craft. I'm forgetting what it's called, but it's a picture right here. You can see it. Jeff Staple also did that. I talked about him last time, but he found that. I think it's just like it's just 100% recyclable Adidas shoe. And I think that's so awesome. Kudos to Adidas for actually taking control of their soul and wanting to help the earth, because their sales have skyrocketed, especially in the renewable materials, the parlays, and just in general, what Adidas is doing is trying to create these ethical practices that push the entire industry forward, because, you know, as the world slowly comes to an end with, you know, politics and wars, we got to remember the shoes. And if the shoes can help save the world, we got to do everything we can to do so. We got to do everything we can to try that. And one of the biggest things on how to try that is what Adidas is doing with these 100% recyclable sneakers. And I really appreciate their effort in doing that. So kudos to them. Now, here's another one I wanted to talk about, was the Cactus Plant Flea Market Air Vapor Maxes, which are up here. I saw LeBron wearing these on his story a couple days ago, and wow, talk about innovation, Nike. You are moving in the right direction in this front. I will tell you that. So it's a multicolored heel with like a green see-through top, but the Nike swoosh is like partially, one side just says "Just Do It" in this like massive, like these massive letters with a smiley face, but the other side, on the right in the middle of this, on the midsole right here, is this line of like green wire, and I thought it was just there for show, but then I saw another picture. They light up. You can charge them, and this light looks like a neon sign. It looks like a neon sign that you would see on Bourbon Street, and it looks incredible. And I think that this is the kind of stuff that Nike's starting to do that's pushing the envelope in this sector. Now, of course, they're friends and family, and I don't think anybody's going to get them. I mean, they're not exclusively at Dover Street Market locations May 14th. So, yeah, again, very exclusive, but luckily they're not doing it through sneakers, which I appreciate. Either way, they look gorgeous. I think only the friends and family version lights up, but I mean that's fucking cool. I appreciate that. I mean, that's kind of everything that's going on in the sneaker world right now in terms of releases, in terms of things going on. I know that Supreme just had their Swarovski Crystal BOGO collaboration launch, and it's too expensive. I'm not spending $693. Don't know why it's so specific on a sweatshirt that is a box logo. That's cool, but it's got crystals on it. How are you washing it? How do you wash that? I don't know if Supreme even thought out like, okay, so they're going to wear it once and then never, ever wash it. So what do we do now? What do? Do you just fuck it up and then never wash it? Because you know those rhinestones are coming off. And if they don't come off in the wash, there's some other technology Supreme's developing that's far beyond my comprehensive capabilities. But I think that the price points, why make your price points so specific? Are you including tax? Are you I've seen $498, $693, $317. Why so specific? You don't just make them a round number, because whenever I look at that, I go, I don't know if I really want to buy that. But then when I see it, it's like, if it's an even number, I'm more inclined to buy it. I don't know why. That's like consumers, but I think that's pretty cool. Or I think that's pretty shitty, actually. Let me rephrase that. But it came out, and at first I thought, okay, cool. You know, it's a 25th anniversary. They're going to do something special. And then I realized that was like the only thing that was even worth it. It was nothing else really of that drop did anything for me. We'll put the BOGOs up here so you can see what they look like. But I don't know. I just think they could have done something a little bit cooler, a little bit more inclusive, considering that the consumers themselves have made this company what it is today, over $1 billion. I think their Supreme's net worth is the company is worth about $1 billion, which I think is bananas for a streetwear company, when the whole resale market for sneakers in general is $2 billion. I think that's incredible. So yeah, I think that they could do a lot more with a lot less. I think less is more in this situation, but I don't know if the Swarovski crystals are cutting it. I think it seems a little bit too. And then I saw one guy, Eric Whiteback, who he bought everything that drop had. He's one of the biggest Supreme collectors, and then took each and every rhinestone off the BOGO with tweezers. He just plucked them off. It's on his Instagram, Eric Whiteback, and I thought that was kind of cool. He said, "Fuck it," he's gonna make that. I wonder what they look like, if they're just regular BOGOs without the rhinestones, or how they're gonna look. But props to him for sacrificing that much money to just take off the rhinestones. But I really don't think they're that great, and they definitely could have done better. So I think that's everything that's going on in the world right now in terms of sneakers, in terms of ShoeBio, in terms of what we've been doing. So yes, we're going to be going to Italy in a couple of days. We're going to be talking to some boutiques. If you are out in Europe, tell me where to go. If you do live in Rome or Italy or know anything about that, let me know if there's some places that I should be going. And I will be back, and the website shall be up very soon, and we're super excited about it. So stay tuned for that, and always go follow us on all the social media accounts. They'll be here with their usernames. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, rate the podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud. And of course, sign up for our newsletter so you can be the first people to actually test the website and save some money on shoes. So thank you guys for watching. My name is Benny Steinhorn. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. And as always, take control of your soul. We'll catch you in the next episode. Peace out.